Yo, what is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 38 of our Tracksuit to the Top series here with Lewis FC in the Capital One Cup for you guys today. Hopefully you are good. Today I have you guys the 4th round tie against Norwich City. Big game for us here, but let's cover the results since the last episode first. If you missed it, of course, go back and check it out. As you can see, 1 win, 2 draws. Our first 2 draws of the year, both coming in succession, but the first result was a win. As you can see here, Jerome Sinclair grabbing the winning goal for us. Really deserved to win this. Completely outplayed Scunthorpe. And then in the other 2 games, we got a 1-1 draw against Barnet. As you can see here, they got a late equaliser late in the first half, and we just were unable to break their defence, I guess, in the second half. And in the other game, Barnsley, bit of a reverse of roles, I guess. We were 2-0 up. We broke down their defence. We were looking all over them. And then, well, 1 goal conceded, then 1 very, very late goal conceded. But Nick Blackman grabbing them both was pretty tough to take. But, you know, Barnsley, I want to say they rode their luck, but they were clinical. They took the 2 chances that they needed to get a point, and I guess kudos to them for that. So in terms of where that sees us lying in the league, we are currently 4th. We're actually 5 points behind Sheffield United and Peterborough, but we do have a game in hand, so hopefully that's going to play into our favour, and hopefully we can put what's been a little bit of a patchy run of form behind us. But perhaps today is a good day to start by getting a win against Norwich. Not going to be easy. We're going to be playing away from home against the Premier League side. As you can see here, they've become a stable Premier League side. They've finished 15th, 14th, then 13th their last few years. We look at their squad, it's actually not a massively changed squad from the squad that starts the game. They've made a few acquisitions. Players like Kieran Gibbs have come into their ranks. They've got Jordan Rhodes up front, terrifying sight. And they've also got Forgan Hazard. So they have made some nice acquisitions, and I don't know, with the squad they've got, I'd perhaps expect them to be finishing a little bit higher than they are now, so there's certainly going to be no pushovers. Of course, to get to this point, we beat Blackburn 3-2, but even more memorably before that, we beat Leicester 2-0, who themselves are Premier League opposition. And you can see here, last year they actually finished 15th in the Premier League. 2 years before that, they finished above Norwich. So they were no pushovers, but we did push them over. We have a chance here against Norwich to perhaps cause a bit of an upset. Looking at the team, a few players struggling a little bit with fitness. I might make a few minor changes actually last minute, although to be fair, the alternatives I have to the players who aren't 100% fit aren't 100% fit themselves. So perhaps I'll just go with our strongest team and see how we get on. It's not going to be easy, but we have all our players available pretty much, which is nice. The only exception actually is Cummings, who is cup-tied, having played for Nottingham Forest already in the Capital One Cup. So Keown returns at right back, but besides that, we have our full-strength team. Hopefully our SAS, our Samuel and Stewart, can do some work for us. Looking at it, they are going very, very attacking with a 4-2-3-1 with 3 centre attacking mids. Let's hope that we can get something here. It's not going to be easy because Norwich are a very good side, and as I mentioned, they've got some big players in their ranks. They're not starting Rhodes, so you know, maybe we have a chance still. Corley Rudrow, though, is not a bad striker by any means, but we'll just see how we get on here. I'm not expecting a win. It'd be crazy if we could keep this little Capital One Cup run going for a little while longer yet. But, you know, we'll just have to roll with the punches, see if we can hit them potentially on the break. I am very, very concerned by the quantity of players they have down the middle, as Woodrow makes it 1-0 after 7 minutes. I'm almost tempted to make a really early tactical change. It's a risk, but I'm doing it. We're gonna do something I didn't think I was gonna do this early on, but I feel like we need a little bit more in the centre of midfield, so we're going to make those changes accordingly. I'm going to stick with Samuel out at wide midfield to begin with, but that may change as the game goes on. I may look to bring on a more natural right midfielder. I guess one of the issues that we've got here is Norwich are playing with so many players in the middle that our 2 centre mids in a 4-4-2 are just getting overwhelmed. You can see it here, despite how narrow we're playing. You know, they've simply got too many options available. As Woodrow scores again. Oh, please don't be a demolition job. 2 goals in 2 minutes for them. And tactical changes did take effect, but they didn't take effect on the pitch, where it matters. Looking at it, Norwich in complete control here. But I had to live come this in case we could pull off another shock. I mean, we still could. It would take a miracle right now. But, You know, impossible is nothing. If we get 1 goal, perhaps that can give us some momentum as we are on the attack here. Sinclair cuts inside. Samuel. That would have been a really nice goal. Great run there by Sinclair. We've got some players in the box to potentially try and get something from this, but it is cleared away by Basong. Aarons is there though. Ball in. No one able to latch onto the end of it, unfortunately. I'm going to switch to counter as well, I think. We're going to try and hit Norwich on the break. Samuel with the set piece. Ruddy holds firm though. And now maybe Norwich are going to hit us on the break here. Again, lots of men behind the ball, but just look how many men they've got in the middle. We're being completely outnumbered, and it's so hard to, I guess, contend with. Because they've just got superior numbers and quality in that area. Even with the extra anchor man, you know, there's still always a man free. You can see it there. I mean, if you've got a few players of higher quality or on par quality, you might stand a chance, but they're just tearing us a new one. Nathan Redmond grabbing a goal there, his first of the year, to make it 3-0. I don't even want to watch the highlights. This is like torture right now, watching this happen. If we could get 1 goal before the break, that would be fantastic. Just don't concede anymore. Really, if we could get out of here with a 4-0 or 4-goal deficit, I might be slightly happy. Aarons with a chance. Blocked though. Well, we've had a few clear-cut chances. I guess you'd have to say that, you know. But unfortunately for us, it's not going to matter because they're scoring every chance they have. I say that. They've had a lot more shots than us, but you can see there. Free kick. Nice free kick, to be fair. Mullin in goal with no chance, really. It looked like it went fairly central, but I'll give the keeper the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he should have done better. Yeah, it's hard to tell if the wall might have, I guess, missighted him, but it's not been good enough, boys. We've been spanked. I don't think we've been beaten this badly in a live com. I mean, to an extent, perhaps I should be expecting it against Norwich, just because obviously they are a Premier League team, but after the result against Leicester, playing our attacking system no less, I was hopeful that we could do something, and right now it's just not going in our favour. Although Aaron scores, but it's offside. The Lino doesn't even want to let us have a little bit of something to cheer about, as he will chalk off that goal. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's just not been one of those days. Looking at the last 5 minutes of possession, we're dominating. We're all over them, but unfortunately it's coming a little bit late and we're not making enough of it. Norwich have not had a shot this second half. It's like my words of wisdom have kind of finally set in. Unfortunately, they've set in far too late because there is no way we're turning around this deficit. I guess we should probably just go to attacking and more direct and just try and get 1 goal. But realistically, this game's gone. I could probably make a few changes here just to ensure players don't get injured. At this point, that's probably the best thing I can do. But it's not been great. Nothing for the history books, I guess. Nothing to note down as a landmark in this save. Of course, we did get the win against Leicester, but today we've been shown by Norwich that we have a long way to go if we want to make it to the Premier League and be competitive, because you'd have to say they've been the better team. Perhaps in the second half, actually, looking at the stats, we did more with the ball and had more shots, you know, created a few clear-cut opportunities, but really the game was dead by half-time. Norwich were just able to take their foot off the gas. I'm just going to tell the players you were unlucky. Well, at least they enjoyed that. But no, disappointing. And that's going to wrap up our Capital One Cup campaign, unfortunately. We fall in the round before the quarterfinals, the 4th round. We can't provide the shock. But apparently we can be happy with some great wins along the way, including 3-0 against Pompey, 2-0 against Leicester, and we exceeded all expectations. So I guess there's that to look at. Unfortunately, we couldn't exceed them for one more game, and Norwich destroyed us in the end. But anyway, that is going to wrap things up for today. Looking at the league table, we're in 4th. Obviously, that game in hand gives us a chance to move within 2 points of the teams at the top. Looking at the fixtures we've got coming up, I think the next game might be the Johnson's Paint Trophy, or I might hold off and wait for maybe the Sheffield United game and give it a bit of a bigger pause, because we've got some easier games coming in the league. You can see Chesterfield 21st, Notts County 19th, 14th Stevenage. I mean, you can see here, MK Dons might be a big one too. Maybe MK Dons. I think that's actually our best shout. So I'll be back for that game, start of December. Get your advent calendars out because Santa Claus is coming to town and we're off to MK Dons. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys for that game. It should be a good one. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, smash the like button. It does help me out, gives me some motivation to keep doing these videos. And yeah, thanks for watching up until this point, guys. It is me, Jack, and I'm out.